Guys, Mark TheLocalScrubs here, and we are with
Benjamin Tyler Gray.
And he got 6th place at Yu-Gi-Oh! Day, and he was playing Burning Abyss, right?
Yep.
Alright, so let's get straight into it.
Burning Abyss, of course, you're going to start with, you have 3 Skarms, 3 Graphs, and 3 Seers. This searches out what you need. Both of these can recycle and search for you. That's the core of the Burning Abyss deck. I wouldn't make one without it.
Unless Konami decides to hit Seer.
Don't tell him that. Don't give him ideas, man.
Hey, don't listen to us anyway.
Maybe that's a problem, but yeah. So of course that's always good. We have 2 Rubiks. Get out Virgil. Of course, he's a good card. Bouncing is always a nice effect, especially sending it back to the deck. Then we have a few more of the just the other ones, the miscellaneous effects ones like Alec, negating the monster's effect can always be good. I just ran one since when you want to use it it's a rare situation, but generally you have ways to get it when you need it.
Sorry about that, everybody. Just getting focused, getting settled in.
Then we have 2 Calcabs. I really like Calcab a lot during the tournament. Using him as a material for a Ghost Trick Value card to get rid of 2 of the back row cards that they have, so I can clear out the field for the attacks. That was nice. So I really liked him better than I thought he would be. Then we have 3 Farfas.
How did the 3 Farfa work out?
Farfa was definitely good. Maybe I would have only ran 2 if I could have done it, but when you get to it and you can just get rid of that one thing you have to, that maybe clears out room for you to be able to just get that last hit in there to take their life points down to 0 is really nice. So that's definitely going to be a personal choice for anyone who runs the deck.
So I'm pretty sure Chris ran 2.
Oh yeah. My version's more monster heavy than his is too. Either way is definitely valid. I found I like this one better, but Chris is a good player who knows what he's doing, so if he went with 2, that's great. Again, that's personal choice. You could do 2 or 3.
Yeah, it always comes down to personal preference.
Yep. Then we have 2 Libics. Again, this was a lot like a Calcab, that I liked it a lot better than I may have thought I would. He helped me to extend some plays where maybe I wouldn't have been able to do as much. If I had 2 Graphs in hand and I'd already special summoned 1 or normal summoned it, try to get the effect, let me bring out that other one and maybe get an extra overlay Exceeds monster. So these 2 were really good as well. So that was a nice choice. Then we have just the 1 Dragig. Putting something on top like Fire Lake or maybe Rubik if you really needed to go into Virgil as soon as you could was nice. So I like Dragig. Maybe something you don't always run, or just again personal preference, but it's a decent one of. Next we have is 2 Barbars. Strongest attack for main deck monsters other than Malakota, which I don't really think you'll see that. And the burn effect, that's really nice. So just that's a good 2 of card.
Yeah, Barbar is just a really strong card in general.
Yeah, he is. So you can just special summon him off of Graph or Seer when the opponent thinks they've got something out, and then put that 1700 out there. It's really nice. Then we have Tour Guide. Tour Guide is just a great card. Burning Abyss, it really makes the deck go, being able to get to anything. Pretty much a free Exceeds monster. It's of course vulnerable to Phoenix Chain's effect Veilers. I don't remember running into any of those when I got Tour Guide out, so that's the only drawback to her, but you could say that about a lot of cards. So again, one of the best cards in the deck.
Yeah, definitely a lot more vulnerable since it's at 1 now.
Yeah, that really does hurt. Not really any ways to recycle it, but generally just if you get it off once, you'll be good on that. Next we have the 3 effect Veilers. Like I just said, they're good against things like Tour Guide. I played it on a few other things like a Goblinberg when I played a hero matchup, so that really slowed them down a lot.
Did you play any Ritual Beast?
I played 1 Ritual Beast.
How did the effect Veiler work in that matchup?
I'm wanting to say that I did not use it because I only played it in game 1, and then I sided it out for Artifact Lancias. I don't remember it coming up on the first game. Effect Veiler isn't great against Ritual Beast. A lot of the things where they tag out for their materials are going to be cost, so that Effect Veiler doesn't stop that. So not a good matchup there, and that's of course why I sided it out. Effect Veiler, though, a good card in general. 3, maybe a lot. You could probably run 2, or depending on how you want to run it, maybe not even any of that. Part of the reason I also ran it is because of Blackluster Soldier. It gives me easy ways to banish the Light Monster for it, of course, with the many Dark Monsters that I do have. Blackluster Soldier, I got it out during, I believe, 3 separate games, and he always was a game ender on each of them, so Blackluster Soldier is really, really good. So that's it for the monsters. I think it was 27, again, real monster heavy. The magic spell cards I have, it's going to be Fool's Burial. Can send any of them and activate their effects, so that's really good for the Burning Abyss. Then a Lure of Darkness, a draw card. Having to remove one, that is kind of rough, but just getting deeper into the deck, maybe if you send one you don't necessarily need depending on the deck you're playing, so you can get into more stuff. Really, really nice. I know a lot of decks, they don't necessarily run it, but I like it. Then we have 2 Dark Holes and 3 Lightning Vortexes. I'm sure that probably does look a little weird, but the general strategy I was trying to go with on this is to just clear out my opponent's field and put as much damage on the board as I can, like 2 Dantes and BLS, try to go for just take them out as quick as possible. That way, if I happen to lose advantage at any point, I'm trying to avoid that. But
okay.
these were good for clearing the field out. I would have liked to have had a Raigeki, but it just wasn't available at the time.
Gotcha.
And so that's going to be it for the magic cards. Not a whole lot that I'm using. The traps start with 2 Fire Lake. Really a lot similar to the Dark Hole and the Vortex, but of course it also does help me get off their Burning Abyss effects. So you can get rid of that, maybe hit their back row and use Farfa if you have one to remove the monster, things like that. So 2 Fire Lake, really a good card, and searchable, so that's always nice. Then Crush Card Virus. Crush Card, it's really nice. I don't actually believe that I did get it during the turn. I think maybe once against Yang Zing, which against them, that not great, but I was just trying to go through what options I had. But Crush Card I would definitely run in this. It's just too good to try to get rid of things they do have. And then the 3 Fiend Griefings. So getting something out of an opponent's graveyard right now, that really is important against, say, things like the mirror match. Maybe if they try to sear to bring something back, you can get rid of that. Or BA, when against Necros, when they try to go for maybe a Shrit from the graveyard, to send that back to, things like that, and get your own monsters into the grave for their effects. If I had a choice, I maybe would have changed these out for breakthrough skills, but these were really nice. Definitely a good card to run in the deck. Just a lot of it depends on what you're playing against most of the time. So that's it for the main deck. Go to the extra deck now.
How much was it? 40 cards?
Yeah, 40 cards even.
Alright.
The extra, we're going to have 3 Dantes and 3 Virgils. Really pretty basic there. Dante is just so good. Gets the mills going to get your effects. He basically is a 2,500 attack and 2,500 defense. That's really nice. And just such a good card. And Virgil, I already mentioned him a little bit. Being able to bounce things, just send them back to the deck. That's a really strong effect. It makes it harder to get to for a lot of things. And both of them, they have effects when they're destroyed, sent to the graveyard to get you things back. Dante lets you add 1 to hand, and Virgil lets you draw. So they're really, really good on that too, just helping you maintain your cards. So I really, of course, really like those, but any Burning Abyss deck will. Next is the 3 Downer Magicians. Just useful to let you use up any of your rank 3s that already have used their materials. Like Dante, once he has his materials gone, he's not that useful. So 3 Downer Magician, just really good card, and the attack can get pretty high, which Burning Abyss does have an issue with attack in some cases. So that's good. I like Downer. Next card is Ghost Trick Alucard. Other than Dante, this was really the Xyz I went into more than anything, and a lot of times I would have liked to had a second one. Just being able to get rid of any back row cards that you feel might be dangerous. Nice effect. So Alucard, one of my favorite cards, one of the better ones I used in this. Then we have Zen mains. Just he's good to protect you and do things like that. Get rid of some problem cards. I don't believe that he came up either today, but I don't know exactly what I might put in over him. Zen mains again, it's just a good out to certain strategies and other cards. Then Nightmare Shark and Acid Golem. These are, of course, they work together, and they're kind of similar too, where you try to go, when you may not have other options, go to these for their abilities, to attack directly, and him just being a massive 3,000 attack monster. Acid Golem did really good for me getting over a few things, especially in a hero matchup. He helped a lot there. So these two I really like. The last three are Fortune Tune, Chrononomaly Cosmonaut, and Tim Tempo. These cards, if I had other options, I probably would not have used them. They all do have their uses. I don't want to discount that. Just better things are out there. Again, it's a lot like Raigeki, though, just not being able to get to them before the tournaments. So, but the rank 3s, they aren't as good as the rank 4, so your options are somewhat limited. I may use something like another Alucard would have been nice, or the F-Zero. I would have liked to have had one of those, but these three do still have their uses. And so that's it for the extra deck, which was exactly 15. And then the side deck, I sided heavily for Ritual Beast, since
like a lot of other people did.
Yeah, I expected a lot of those, and I only ended up playing one. So I had 3 Lancias for that. Good against the Ritual Beast. Okay against something like a Necros for Trish, but mostly just for that Ritual Beast matchup. Other than that, it's not really a card I would want to use. This one probably is going to be a bit odd, but we have 2 Puppet Plants. I expected to see quite a few heroes and maybe some UAs, and Puppet Plant also does have some uses against the Burning Abyss Mirror match and Necros, since they do bosses end up being hero warriors and spellcasters. So Puppet Plant, kind of a last minute choice. He did win a game against heroes though, where I stole their Anki and used that to win the game, but probably would have put something else in if I went back and did it. But Puppet Plant, not a bad card at all. The next we have is 1 Vanity's Fiend and 1 Monarch Storm 4th. Just, it's a nice card to stop special summons. Usually if you can get him out with the 2400 attack, it's going to be hard to get over without any special summons, and the Monarch Storm 4th can help you do that, and gets around cards that can't be targeted either, so they're pretty nice. Again, maybe these are something I actually would have ran more of, or even, since I'm doing one of each, just eliminated them. But they're good. Again, 2400 attack is really nice on basically a Vanity's Emptiness. Then there's 3 MSTs. Of course, that's Mystical Space Typhoon. Always has been a good card, probably always will be a good card. Then just that 1 Vanity's Emptiness, if I can get something big out on the field and put that down, or get a few smaller things out and just try to stop the opponent from being able to do anything, kind of clinch the win, that's of course Vanities. So it's always a good card when the special summon heavy formats we have.
Do you think banning Vanities would have been another option for you, or were you happy with it sided?
I was pretty happy with this sided. A deck like this, just where it special summons so much, and especially on recovery, things like Dante's and Seer's, Graphs having to bring those back, I liked having it sided. Next we have is going to be the Imperial Iron Walls. Again, those were put in for Ritual Beast matchup, which I did get it out in the game 2 that I had against Ritual Beast, along with the Lancia first turn, so they did their jobs. And of course, Burning Abyss, they want to keep things in game. Getting banished just completely makes the deck slow down to where it's really hard to do anything. So Imperial Iron Wall's definitely good to put in the side right now. And the last we have are going to be Mind Crushes, since almost every deck now searches out stuff, whether it's Necros, whether it is going to be Burning Abyss, Ritual Beasts, heroes with reinforcement of the army. So Mind Crush, just after they've searched it, just get rid of it, and that's gonna hurt them a lot, gonna slow them down. So it's a really good card. And that's what we have right now for the Burning Abyss deck. Got 6th place at the Collectibles and More Yu-Gi-Oh! Day in Middlesboro, Kentucky. And that's what I got.
Alright, regarding your deck, is there anything you would maybe change change it, tweak it, anything you'd like to do to it?
Yeah, there are definitely things I would like to change again. Maybe the Fiend Griefings for breakthrough skills. There were some monster effects I came up against where I'd like to have had those, and I was trying just to get to Farfa, maybe to get rid of that. A Raigeki, of course, would have been nice. A few changes to the extra deck like we went over. The side deck, I liked okay. Maybe I could have went and got something like Mistakes, but I knew there'd be a few Necros players, but I didn't think that many, and I thought I had a good enough shot to beat them without really having to side heavily against them. Ritual Beast, again, I was really worried about because of D-Fissure and Macrocosmos getting rid of my cards, so that's what I've sided heavily against. So just a few changes, not many. I really liked how the deck ran. Did good. Most of the matchups were really quick, putting like 3 Exceeds monsters out on the field as soon as I could, like turn 1 or turn 2.
Okay.
So it ran really good overall.
And what were your thoughts on the event today?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. So we had 26 people, I think it was.
Yeah, 26.
And we had a variety of different decks that we actually were seeing. First round I played against was Shadows. Second round, which was my loss, was against Yang Zings. Third round was the Ritual Beast. Fourth was Heroes. And the fifth round game was actually against Battery Men. So that was a bit of a surprise, yeah. So the decks I played against, not many of them were high tier, but it was still pretty interesting to just see those. And sometimes the lower tier ones can catch you off guard. So it still was a good day. And again, like I said, just a lot of fun. It's a great store and a lot of great people who come here.
All right. That about it?
That's all I got.
All right. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Stay tuned for more. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you in the next one.